場の雰囲気を和らげたい時があるんだが、どんなジョークで人が笑うのか俺には分からないんだ。
何かすごいことを聞いたみたいね。
Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome to this week's Genshin Impact live stream. Wait, wow, this 48 hours, I cannot even scroll until 8 a.m. Okay, let me try to push it further. Good day to you, DiCaprio. I'm doing good. I hope it's I hope it's the same for you as well. Did you manage to pull for Sino or Candace, or are you actually saving up for Nilo and probably 3.2 characters? Today there is this new monster event unlocked. I don't know if how many of you actually tried so far.
今年のブリュー祭も祭りの期間はブリーズデー当日は風の導くままに風の導くままにレーザーもう来てた
人がたくさん。
So apparently so far for this event, I'm just at the starting point. They are actually talking about finding Razor's parents as well.
お酒好きな幻遊野郎を探す
I actually managed to get Zaino pretty early. I'm thinking of saving for Scaramouche, but I may pull Nahida. Hello, Angel. Angel, did you pull for the new characters in 3.1 and how did you went? I think I don't know how good will Scaramouche be, but I don't think he's going to be released anytime soon, right? Probably my speculation is probably 3.3 or later. But Nahida being an Archon, I don't think she'll be weak. But of course we will need to see more data and judge together to see, is it a priority to put on the first banner or we have to wait for a rerun. Since these few patches we can see that it's only 5 weeks per patch. The banner's duration is actually pretty short if you actually notice. This Sino's banner is less than 20 days. That is actually shorter than usual because due to the 5 weeks patch. So this also means that we have lesser time to save up for Primo gems as well. I put for Sino and got C2. Whoa! That's insane. Did you get a signature weapon as well? Yeah, I think so too. Plus, with top up bonuses, I can get Scaramouche guaranteed anyways. I think you guys should have heard of some rumors, but of course, rumors being rumors that Scaramouche is, they call it a wanderer, was it? Is animal element. I was quite surprised because I do believe that most of us should be under the impression that he should be Electro, being the puppet of Raiden Shogun. I don't know how does the story actually goes that end up there must be a reasoning or on why he became an animal character. And so far I think quite recently until Hazel we shouldn't be we didn't have any animal characters. I mean the actual supportive animal characters, because Hazel is actually more of like a DPS or with almost close to nothing kind of support besides being able to carry the very decent Venera. So I would definitely love to see if Scaramouche is really animal, Will he be another on-field DPS, or does he actually come with some supportive capabilities as well? But it's definitely quite a good thing that we can see that the top up bonus is reset. That means for those who are willing to spend, it's actually a great way to save some money as well.
綺麗事ばっか言ってそんなこと言わないであれれレザーじゃないか
まあまあお前に聞きたいことがある
そうそう
The Razer language is always so short. I love it.
サウザンドウィおやなんとも懐かしいな実はレザーの古い製法で作られる
いい匂いでも
なるほど
I actually wanted to unlock this event first before I start the live stream, but I didn't expect there will be actually quite a long storyline explaining all of this. So I'm kind of stuck in this storyline quest.
かよ
I didn't get his weapon, but I'm trying to pull for it before his banner ends.
でも
I
聞きたい
because
悪くない返事だね
because enjoy yourself, you are actually a spender.
これらを樽に
I do encourage if you want the complete package, go for the weapon.
風が吹き波ビッシュはどんな味か守護の執念はありし
お酒と似てる
Hey, spinning, don't understand.
もよくわからなぼんやりと醸造の材料探求する勇気おい原用やおっと香りの秘密を自分の力に長い付き合い
信じる俺自分でお酒を作る方法が分かればああ
Are you going to unlock the event for me to
そ
play
の人
soon?
たち
レザーがこう言ってるし安心して自由に
But do you see Rosaria? Okay.
思った楽しく
She's hiding at the corner as usual.
かよそれから
その息だぜ
ああ覚えた
Okay, have I unlocked the event already? This thing is so beautiful. This is the current battle pass name, the name card actually, if I'm not wrong. Wait, I need to do more quests again. Okay, let me see. Also, I just got some Primo gems only. Event details. So what do? I need to... Oh, okay, there's quest again. Then I'll probably do it later, when probably during the offline session. I thought I will be able to unlock the event pretty quickly. But yeah, anyway, Ion teacher had a hard time getting the scarabs. The scarabs, I did had quite a hard time, but as you can see from my map, I have already marked out all the scarabs. The underground passage over here, I have no idea how to get in yet because I haven't done any research. I don't know if is it because I need to do the Archon storyline to gain access to this Mesolum. So at the moment, I can only gather what is above the ground. Anything that is related to the underground, I cannot access. So there are some extra scarabs I am unable to get them. So with the help from some of my friends like Frostic and also HDABB, I'm able to get some extra scarabs. So that is why yesterday I was able to get Sino to level 80. But right now, as you can see, I'm missing 45 scarabs. This one is not really a problem. So probably tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be quite a busy day because I need to gather all the scarabs. I will need to start farming for his weapon as well. Because this, I think, was it today? Yeah, it's tomorrow as well. Correct. It's a Friday thing, so I'll need to start leveling this weapon as well. Then also for Candace, her talent books, if I remember, it should be similar to Sino's. Correct me if I'm wrong. So tomorrow looks like I need to burn through a lot of raisins. And fun fact is that, have you guys actually done the web event that shows you for the past year how many monsters you have defeated, who is your favorite character, how many moras have you actually spent? You know, it's last year's anniversary, we also had that as well. One very interesting fun fact for my account is, it says that there was one particular month I actually spent 15,000 raisins for farming in 1 month. So I was thinking very hard, when did it actually happen, and what exactly was I farming? How did I actually spend 15,000 raisins? Holy, that is quite a lot, you know. But the scarabs, I actually tried to go into some of the viewers' world. Because I pinged them for permission before joining. Then they actually told me that their friends also went in to get the items. So I didn't manage to get anything. So it was indeed quite a difficult process to try to get everything. And this boss, I think it looks damn cool, but sometimes when you go and see, oh, they are like so technologically advanced, huh? What is this? A lousy attack sense. If you guys actually saw your mail, I don't know if you guys have already accessed the game itself already. There is a compensation mail consisting of 100 Primo gems. It actually says that there is a small probability of Sino's elemental burst will not take effect properly. So I have no idea what is this supposed to mean. But go and collect your 100 Primo gems if you haven't done so yet. I tried to get scarabs from other people's worlds, but they are also out. Yeah, it's pretty hard to get, because I believe that a lot of people actually try to pull for Sino. As far as so far, I have asked quite a number of players that I'm familiar with. They have all told me that they have actually pulled for Sino. Then everybody is scarabs for these few days, at least for this one week plus, right, will be in short supply. Okay, since I have a new character to play around, so here comes the most important and fun activity that I love to do, which is to play some Spiral Abyss. So he is not level 90 yet, because we will be playing is Quicken Aggravate. So his damage is definitely not maximized, because although it's flat damage, but that flat damage added into your total damage then multiplied by crit, it is still significant if you have the 10 level difference. Every damage counts, you know. And plus, just how I have explained yesterday, that because his best Dendro support is not in the game at the moment, so we should expect that his performance will be slightly lacking. It's not that it's not that you cannot play him. You can still use him perfectly fine, but just that it will be slightly lacking unless you have other better alternative weapons. Like for instance, let me see. I didn't use the Jade Wing Spear yesterday for the showcase. Okay, first showcase, usually I don't use 5-star weapons, but because my PJW, right, is actually refinement 5. Then refinement 5, this kind of thing is very subjective for some players may already have multiple copies of the J-Wing Spear. Then some players might not even have a copy. So I didn't do it in the first showcase. But now, it's a good chance because I'm using the attack sense on him. The attack sense, if you have a higher base attack weapon, attack sense will be much more worth it. So in such a case, right, like for example using the J-Wing Spear, which has a 674 base attack, then it's more worth it. Hey, hello Kenny. Good evening to you. Always great to have you here. So this is my first time trying the Primordial J-Wing Spear. This is a Refinement 5 Primordial J-Wing Spear. Then let's try to find out how this is going to work for him. Hi Ion, may I see your Sino build? My Sino build, okay. My Sino currently, at this run right now, I am actually equipping with a Refinement 5 Primordial J-Wing Spear. Let me just quickly switch it back to what I was originally using in the first showcase, which is a Refinement 5 Deathmatch, a 4-star Battle Pass weapon. Of course, your viable alternative, oh, I don't even have it right now. It's actually the, if I recall correctly, it's called a White Tassel, was it? White Tassel that actually gives you crit and also increase the burst damage. If that is what, if my memory actually serves me right, has a base attack of 401 at level 90. That is the most free to play option that for most players should have. So moving on to the stats, when I have deathmatch equipped, the critical rate is at 84.5%, critical damage is at 214.8. This is a level 80 Sino. Energy recharge is 120%. Electro damage bonus 61. The artifacts in use in this case is actually the 4-piece Thundering Fury. So these are the stats you can actually see over here. Not fantastic, because that domain is pretty hard to farm as well. Constellation currently is at 0. I did not activate any constellation. I intend to have it remaining at C0 at the moment for more of a showcase purposes, since I believe that for right now at this moment a lot of people will be really, I believe that there should be quite a lot of players wanting to get him, but seriously not sure if they want to invest the Primo Gem, since Nilo is in the next banner, and also we know that the Dendro Archon is in 3.2 and the patch is pretty short. So there are a lot of considerations that players need to actually make. Talents level is at 178. There is no need for you to level up this normal attack at all. It's pretty irrelevant to his gameplay, since during his elemental burst he will actually transform into the Anubis. I don't know how you actually describe it. The name is too wordy for me to actually describe. So he will transform into some Anubis, and he will actually gain a new set of attack percentages. So what you should be focusing is actually to level up the elemental burst first. Then one of the most sad thing that I must say is that that this particular sentence, resistance to interruption will increase. This is bullshit, you know. He actually gets knocked back really very easily. So I don't know why this sentence actually still exists. Probably if he gains something, like if you pair him with Beidou or all this, right, he might get really pretty tough in terms of interruption resistance. You really don't want him to be sent off flying by the mobs or this. Till which constellation? I only have him at constellation 1 at the moment, because to me, one of the most valuable thing that we can get in the game is actually attack speed, because there are not a lot of ways you can get attack speed besides using a constellation 2 Jin, or maybe if you have a C6 Yunjing. That is what I can remember. I cannot remember if Chongyun's Field will actually increase your attack speed or not. I offhand right now I can't remember, but all I can remember is Jin will give you attack speed at Constellation 2 for the whole team, and also as well as Yunjin C6. So if you can attack more within a short period of time, increase by 20% is actually pretty good though, you know, it's quite significant. That means you can clear off your, you know, ICD itself. This thing is actually usually based on either a set amount of timing or a set amount of attack. So if you can attack faster, you can cycle this ICD faster as well. And also, when we talk about DPS, damage per second, this thing is also heavily affected by how fast you can attack as well. You can attack faster, the better. So to me, this is a pretty good constellation. For this itself, I think it's a pretty nice constellation because it basically gives you an extra goblet if you think about it, because it's max 5 stat and it's just a very simple sentence saying that his normal attack hits opponents. But a constellation sometimes means that it's going to cost you $100 depending on your luck. So plan accordingly to see how much you really want to use Sino. But for right now, for my case, I have pulled up to C1, and because I personally gave priority over to his weapon because this kind of weapon that has additional scaling of his most important stat, I will give priority, which in my opinion the weapon is actually a very important part of his kit, and also in future where his most appropriate supports comes out into the game, he will become even more powerful because he is a character that actually plays heavily on quicken and aggravate. So you need to have elemental mastery. But in many cases where you pump a lot of elemental mastery into a character, you are unable to get attack because you only have that much amount of stats in a character. So this weapon converting your stacking elemental mastery into attack, and also have another additional scaling of elemental mastery into bonus attack, to me this is a really very good weapon and also the creep is very very high as well. So it's really the BIS for him for sure. May I know how many allergy you have? I have 4 allergy for the end, which I already have it refined at refinement 4 already. Where is it equipped at? I think it should be, I cannot remember, man. I cannot remember where is my allergy for the end equipped on right now. But this banner, I didn't manage to get any allergy for the end. The allergy for the end was actually primarily obtained during the, if I recall, it was the Staff of Homa banner. Staff of Homa and allergy for the end. I prefer Max for Nahida. I'm excited for 3.2. Absolutely good choice, Ice Bear. Good evening to you as well. Yesterday I shared the first showcase for Sino, and I actually mentioned that what Sino actually needs is a reliable Dendro character to apply Dendro, so that whenever he hits, right, he can consistently trigger aggravate. And if you actually realize, some of the eager eye viewers actually realized yesterday my Sino's gameplay, my Fisher was actually equipping with a Pyro Goblet. Did you guys actually notice? Actually, I can tell you one thing is that it wasn't intentional. I actually didn't notice what was my Fisher wearing, because since I swap around artifacts very often. But some viewers actually noticed that I was actually using a Pyro Goblet on Fisher, which is pretty hilarious. I absolutely didn't know that, man. So this run itself, we should expect Sino's crit rate has actually dropped because I have changed it to the Primordial Jetwing Spear, and this Primordial Jetwing Spear is actually refinement 5. And additionally, all the showcases right now, very important guys, very important. All the showcase at this moment, right, due to a Spiral Bliss blessing, when you trigger the quicken aggravate reaction, enemy defense actually drops 35%. This is pretty important to highlight to everyone. So if you think Sino's performance, so you need to carefully gauge. And currently is not extremely viable to really last through all the 18 seconds of his elemental burst. Okay, at the corner of my eye, I actually saw Ice Bear talking about Candace. Although I'm playing the Spiral Beast, what do I think about Candace? Surprisingly, right, when I actually had a look at her kit again, she's actually pretty strong though. The Ascension 4 passive, which actually says about, if my memory serves me right, is that her 1000 hit point that she has, right, then the one under her burst effect will actually deal 0.5% more extra damage, was it? When they are dealing elemental damage. I honestly thought that is some pretty insane ascension, man. And also Candace definitely looks like a character, right, that can do a lot of damage herself. When I mean, this is just my first glance at the character. I haven't actually raised her. It's just an impression that I'm actually getting. Oh no, I didn't change whatever that was equipped on my Kokomi. Is Refinement Deathmatch good for Sino, and how close is Shade Spear DPS with his VIS? I'm not risking the weapon banner, I already have 2 allergy. How close is Jade Spear DPS with the BIS? Offhand, I really don't have the data, but based on how I look at it, right, I feel that it's actually quite significant though. But like I said, I don't have the calculations. Because for Jade Spear itself, you see that it doesn't take any elemental mastery into his to convert into attack itself. Then you also should have noticed that for Sino, right, part of his kit actually requires elemental mastery, which includes the Darkstalker boot and also his normal attack as well. Oh no, this woman is getting angry. Die. I like the English voice of Yelan more than Japanese voice. I actually played Japanese voice since almost from the start of the game, so I really have no idea how it actually sounds for English. Oh. My Kokomi is equipping some, I think the 4-piece Gilded Gems of it.
風よ
かかれ
I need to remind myself to go and change back to my Kokomi's original set later. Should I go full EM for Cookie Shinobu or more hit point cause she dies easily? Actually, for full EM, my Cookie Shinobu actually was equipped with full HP. That is for my case, because we know that the EM actually increased the healing, but the thing is for Cookie Shinobu, whenever she casts her E skill, regardless of how much hit points she has, right, she will definitely lose 30% of her current whatever HP she have. That part, I believe that every one of you should be aware. The thing is, when you cast that grass ring, right, you will already switch off to other characters. So Cookie Shinobu is not actually healing herself. So that being said, that is the reason why I actually changed it to hit point, because if I go for full EM, the amount of health she have by default is already lesser. And let's say if I only have like 20,000 health due to I built her with EM. After using that grass ring 2 or 3 times, I'll probably left with like 10,000 or perhaps even lesser than that. Then when switching to her, want to cast the E skill, right, I might just get 1 hit. Then for me, I don't feel very safe. So I choose not to go with the hit point. I will only go for EM build in one case. That is when I decide that I want to play the Hyper Bloom comp, because her grass ring is a really very reliable method to trigger Hyper Bloom, and you know you need EM to actually trigger Hyper Bloom properly. So if you are playing Hyper Bloom comp with Cookie Shinobu, then you might want to consider to use the EM build. If you are using her as really for a healer, just for healing purposes and to put on Electro Aura, then probably hit point might be a better choice for you. This guy, right? This guy is weak as paper, and I really don't like him. You see, the thing is about this guy, he gets staggered so damn easily. What is he even made of? Oh, I can't see shit. Oh no, okay, it's not looking good. He's out of my view again. That is the thing that I mentioned yesterday about the zone itself, which is pretty easy for you for the mob to actually get out of the Dendro zone. Then the combat experience will be slightly lacking in this case. But get into my field, bro. Oh, I see this is not looking good. Do you think that Sino is good with a taser team? I do actually think that is playable. A taser team, like for example, if you pair him with Beidou. Animal character right now. Animal characters are really not very compatible with Sino though. That's the thing, because you know that whenever you tap on Sino's ability, that E, you know the eye on the screen right when during burst, you tap on it, it will extend his burst by 4 seconds. and his burst can last up to 8 seconds. No, 18 seconds. No animal buff in the game currently lasts so long, unless you are really intending to play Sino for like 8 seconds. So, which is a bit awkward currently. Zhongli is a good friend of Sino because Zhongli's shield actually lasts for 20 seconds, which is super ultra long. That means that it can keep him protected for extended periods of time. Then travelers that that Dendrofield with Constellation 2, if you already have that C2, right, it lasts 15 seconds. So it's pretty sufficient for Sino to perform what he needs. So other than that, if we are talking about pairing animal character for the Taser team, right, then might be slightly lacking because in the past where we play a lot of Taser team wise, right, we usually will pair with Sucrose because she can cause all the reactions with her high souling EM souling ability, which results in a lot of damage. So probably if I were to play a Taser team, or I would think that if I will go for more of a like similar to a Hyper Bloom team for Sino. That is probably what I would think of.
見切りました終わりで撤収捕まえたここより弱滅の時
Yeah, I didn't crit anything or... Die. Yes, I'll stick to my Jade Spear on my Sino. The Jade Spear on Sino is actually pretty good though. But when we talk about the long term, let's try to break it down a bit more on why. I think I need to this particular talent. Okay, we can see this particular talent over here is talking about the EM scaling, which is you increase his normal attack damage by 150% of his elemental mastery, and also the Dust Stalker bolt is also increased by 250% of his elemental mastery. So we know that when he goes on burst, he gains 100 EM. That part we know, and he has scaling for this EM as well. So we know that elemental mastery is a very beneficial stat for him, and when you look at his playstyle wise, right, it is actually pretty good to have him to play on the quicken and aggravate, since you guys are already aware that with the introduction of the quicken comms, the quicken reaction, the actual characters can actually deal really very significant damage due to the flat damage increase. So having more elemental mastery will increase the additional flat damage added into the attack itself. So it makes sense to actually go for more elemental mastery. But the drawback of having more elemental mastery, we also know, is that when you try to stack too much elemental mastery, you lose out a lot of attack. Attack is also a very fundamental stat as a DPS, and also if you stack too much EM, you might not get the critical rate, which is awkward. So in Sino's case, we know that getting critical rate and critical damage is still doable for him. So the question over here is, should we be focusing on attack or should we be focusing on elemental mastery? Then that is the question that lies with the weapon. If you are going to use anything aside from his BIS weapon, which is that whatever, what is the name of the weapon? The one that looks like a sampan for you to roll the kayak, a boat. This thing looks like for you to, it's pretty good to roll a boat anyway. Okay, anyway, trash talk aside, this weapon actually allows you to scale elemental mastery into attack. So this weapon is basically telling you it is okay for you to stack more elemental mastery because you will be able to gain attack. So that is two ways of scaling more damage. But if you don't feel comfortable pulling for the weapon because you want to save for other characters, then it is best to go with anything that has a crit rate. That is what I will actually say, because his ascension is critical damage. anything that has critical rate is okay for him. But if you have the Jade Wing Spear, then it is more value for you to go with attack, because Jade Wing Spear is 674. Then with attack percent sense on your Sino, you will be able to scale off more attack into your character. Deathmatch is nice, but you know, Deathmatch has really very low base attack, 454. It's only like 50 higher than white, 53 higher than white Tassel only, and itself also gives you attack percent depending on how many enemies. So when you are equipping with Deathmatch itself, my opinion is that if you have a EM sense and you have an attack sense, it's not going to make a lot of difference. Just choose the one with a better substat. When you are using Jade Spear, then it is much better for you to use the attack percent. That is what I think when Sino is not using his BIS weapon. But if you are using his signature weapon, then all the more you will want to have a Dendro character, you know, perhaps in future Dendro Archon, a character who is able to increase the EM for the whole team, then also allowing more EM for him, meaning more attack, and also more EM for him, meaning more aggravate reaction. More EM for him also means more scaling from Ascension 4. So for him, it's very much clear to me that his design is actually asking you to play more EM while using his signature weapon. So basically, pay money and you will get all the complete experience, you know. But if you, like I said, don't feel comfortable doing it, then just ignore this portion. Then just go with the Jade Wing Spear or Deathmatch, whichever you have. He will still perform fine. You just need a good Dendro character to come into the game. He will be able to deliver. I think he needs a dedicated support character. Absolutely. That is the point that I was trying to deliver across. When we talk about last time, we just think back about last time. I don't know how many of you still remember about Miko herself. Although there are still very questionable things that we can talk about, the deployment of the totem actually takes up few time, all this and that. But with the Dendro introduction into the game, those who actually have Miko should be able to experience there is a performance boost for her as well. Why am I talking about this is because probably some of the characters, when they are first released, you know, first showcases, first impression, this kind of thing is based on the current state of games. And you know, we have been playing the game for 2 years already. We know that MiHoYo doesn't release all a complete package at the same time. They will release bit by bit so that your character will gain a more complete experience over time. So for him, right now he is playable for sure. His playing experience, we should expect him to become better and better when more dedicated support that are suitable for his skill set are being released in the game itself. So don't feel bad if you currently use him and you think that he's kind of meh here and there. You know, I really and honestly don't think that Sino is bad, but I do honestly think that he doesn't have the best supports for his current skill set. So playing him right now will feel that why is his damage numbers looking so weird? Like, if you were to ask me, the only negative thing that I have about him, about Sino, there is one, which is interruption to resistance. That the portion of his interruption to resistance is bad beyond belief, man. Trust me, it's really bad beyond belief. You don't have Zhongli with him, right? Or any characters that gives you good interruption to resistance. It's pretty difficult for him to deliver because you keep getting, you know, being knocked by the enemies here and there. It's a very undesirable experience. That part I can really tell you, be very, very frank about it. My Kokomi has surprisingly very little health over here. What is actually going on? Oh, because she's using attack. Okay, okay, my bad. Yeah, this is the normal Kokomi that I have. Because earlier on we talked about what other types of comps that we can consider to play. If you are thinking of playing a taser comp for Sino, do you have, anyone of you over here, do you have in mind how does his taser comp should look like? What kind of characters will you want to actually pair up Sino with when you are playing a taser comp? Would you want to pair him up with, like, for example, Xing Qiu, Yelan? Okay, I don't think I can pair him up with Yelan for this one because I think Yelan being okay, I think we can still try. But oh no, this is a refinement 4 allergy for the end though. This is a bit tricky. Never mind. Sucrose, Yelan, Beidou, official. Okay, we go with a more applicable sense. Okay, I know, but of course I need to be very clear and upfront with everyone of you. This is a con 6 Yelan. So I changed it over to Favonius Warbone to try to balance it out a bit, but it doesn't change the fact Constellation 6 is a Constellation 6. She's going to hit pretty hard, but let's hope that it will not overshine. Until right now, I have not changed back my stringless on Fischl, so to keep it more relevant for most of the players. Okay, depending on my usual playstyle, I will definitely prefer to have a healer. And Fischl actually is a pretty, is still a very, very good character in the game period. It's just damn good. So there are a lot of runs currently that I pair up the both of them. In case you are wondering why I didn't pair with Dory, is because I realized that the damage is actually not enough. Yesterday, while preparing for the showcase itself, my original run was actually Sino with Dory. Then I realized not enough damage. Fischl actually provides consistent kind of energy particle generation. She doesn't like give you a burst of energy particles. It's over time throughout how the Oz is actually hitting, right? She slowly refills up the energy for your character due to the particle energy generation. So for this part itself, right, because due to how much on-field presence Sino actually needs in the game, it's actually pretty compatible in this sense. I don't know how this will actually turn out. I never actually tried the taser itself. We shall see. But this one, oh, I didn't change back the spear. This is a R5 spear though. Oh, you... I will consciously tell myself not to actually shoot Yelan's burst. I mean her normal attack. Actually, I'll be very honest, right? I can't really tell how much job Yelan has actually done for the previous run. If you are a keen observer, let me know. Because I was very concentrating on when will the Anubis eye will appear, so I wasn't actually looking at the damage itself. Hey, what am I doing? Level 90 Dory. Yes, I actually have her at level 90. In my overworld, I actually use Dory quite a lot. Although initially right, I thought I wouldn't really be using her, but that is probably because of her looks. I don't really like how Dory, her character design looks like. No offense to people who likes Dory. She's not very appealing to me. Yeah. Oh no, I'm not having enough energy. This part right is actually pretty dangerous to play when you have a shield. Serious about this? Hey, I can't switch my character, god damn it. Oh my god, that woman is running away all the time. Stop doing this. Without a shield is actually pretty challenging. Really. Oh no, I'm not getting healed. Okay. Alright. Here comes the most difficult part. I'm serious. This one is going to be a nightmare. This is not looking too good. Oh, fuck the barber. Die! Ah! Don't freeze me! Yeah! How are you still alive?
黒き翼よ昼夜を切り裂きなさ
どの目が出るかしら痛がっちゃいね
ご安心を
Ah, yes.
断罪の名においてやっ
Oh,
行きま
oh,
しょう
oh, 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 oh.
答えなさい
糸よ工作せよ
I'm waiting for my jellyfish before I want to use my skills. Oh, fuck!
お嬢様の王
かかれ捕まえたどの目が出るかしら無意味な
Oh. without a shield right now for against this kind of guys, right? It's absolutely annoying.
わかるかい五感奥義雨描きがたしほれもみちばちら
天道万象
風よこの剣は
Oh,
わかるか
okay,
い
nice.
大ウル
やばいってらっしゃい
Another way that we can actually try is actually to pair with a Beidou as well, but we'll definitely need a more reliable source of healing, which is okay. Actually, I already have Kokomi in the last round. Okay, let me see. Is he also good with aggravate? Sino is a character that is actually meant to play aggravate. Really. Because of course we have the traditional way of how we want to play electro characters, which is Raiden Shogun. But the thing is, this kind of character, right, you can see that the Musou Ishin duration is actually 7 seconds. That means that when the developers are designing her, they have actually calculated this character within 7 seconds how much damage she is expected to deal. Every character has this kind of model of concept of designing, and usually they are all about plus minus about the same. So for her case, it's a more compact kind of duration to deal burst damage, the initial slash damage, and all the slashing, etc. For his case, you can see that it's obviously longer and it's all called a basic duration and can go up to 18 seconds. So for his case, you can see that he doesn't have the initial slash like Raiden Shogun. So his one is longer. It's a more extended type of fight compared to Raiden Shogun. So for currently what we have, why Raiden Shogun is actually pretty fun and nice to play is that because a lot of our characters in the game itself, their buffs last pretty much around this duration. So 7 seconds to be able to cast the Kazuha Slash, then also pair with Kujo Sara as well, which this skill actually lasts attack bonus duration lasts 6 seconds. So it's all pretty much in sync with the Raiden Shogun, allowing her to do massive damage on the first slash while taking advantage of Kazuha Slash. And Benny Boy, I remember Fantastic Voyage is about 12 seconds. So Raiden Shogun can make full use of this duration. Not much loss in it, aside from all the animation, casting, all this. But for him, this moment right now, he cannot make good use of this, the Kazuha Slash, because his burst lasts way longer than that. Benny Boy, probably yes, 12 seconds, but it's a few reaction, like I said. What if the enemy gets out of it? You can actually see how low his damage is when the moment he doesn't have any buffs. he's meant to be a reaction kind of character. So without many boys buff, his damage is going to drop pretty drastically. And Kazuha's field doesn't last long enough for him. So that is the one of the main reasons why at the moment I'm pairing him with Zhongli, because this shield duration lasts even longer than his burst. Then to substantiate what was actually being said earlier on, Traveler's burst lasts 15 seconds, which is long enough, but it's also a few. If they get out, then that's it for you. The new free weapon is also good for Sino. I haven't tried the event yet. I was in process of trying to unlock it. It actually says it's attack percent within 10. If I believe that you are talking about the missive wind spear, within 10 seconds attack is increased by this and this. Oh, this is actually a pretty nice weapon. The only thing that I have concern is it doesn't have any critical rate, so your character should expect to have the critical stats to be more balanced. So you probably need to go for crit rate circlet. So this kind of weapon, this ability itself, right, goes well with Sino from the first look, and also gives attack percent, but they don't seem to actually give you any critical rate, which is a bit of a pity. Then another one that I want to briefly mention about is actually Beidou. Beidou's this skill, Stormbreaker, lasts 15 seconds. It actually goes pretty well with Sino if you actually pair the both of them together. It also gives you interruption to resistance, and also decreased damage. It's a bit like Xingqiu, if you remember Xingqiu's ability. So this one has also damage reduction of 36%. The only problem is that it actually costs 80, and because it is arc lightning, so you know, chain lightning, if you have actually played other games, it actually jumps from enemy to enemies. If you are playing Hyper Bloom, Beidou cannot effectively trigger Hyper Bloom because the chain lightning actually arcs on the enemy. It's not like a AoE kind of thing. Card Captor Poem. Actually that made a lot of sense, man. Remember, Card Captor Sakura's staff looks something like that as well. Nahida's weapon is literally a deepwood goblet. Oh, so you guys already saw what is supposedly not to be discussed, the forbidden information, yeah. I shall not make too much comment on that yet, probably at a later date, especially when we are closing to 3.2. That is what exactly I actually did during the when we are nearing 3.1. Then I started openly discuss more about Sino and Nelo. So at this moment, because everything is still subject to changes, we probably need to wait a bit more to see how the game goes. So for Beidou's case, right, because she has a 80 cost, probably she will definitely need a lot of energy recharge as well. Then the other thing that, because we play Hyper Bloom, that means that the other two characters that we need is actually at this moment we can actually talk about is Dendro Traveler, and the other one will actually be probably Kokomi, who provides healing. Or if you want more damage, more offensive kind of playstyle, then you might want to go for Xingqiu as well. Xingqiu can actually make your character even more tank and provides some sort of healing. Then another alternative that you can consider, excuse me, when playing the Hyper Bloom, that the last one will actually be, where is she? I can't see her all of a sudden. Kuki Shinobu, because she is a electro healer, and she actually can help to generate some particles, but it's definitely not my top choice. But it's just some viable safer gameplay style. Because for my case, if I'm not bringing a shield, I will definitely need to bring a heal. I don't like to play. For me, I don't like to play an abyss with the same group over and over again, because due to me dying, to me that is not a that is wasting my time unless I'm doing a self challenge. So with that being said, let's just try to see if this comp actually can work. Excuse me. Now, as you can see that my artifacts are private limited. I have very limited artifacts over here. No, I think 183 is still not very sufficient for me though. 183 doesn't feel like it's a lot of energy recharge for 80 cost. Let's just cope with what we have first. Hey, hi, Kavi Sharma. I want Nilo, but I'm skipping her for Nahida. I think Nahida is because Archon has a lot of value. You see, I personally, you guys have known me long enough. I am a big advocate for pulling Archon characters. Doesn't have to be pulling for their constellations, but at the very least, get a copy of them as soon as possible. Then during their rerun, if you have primo gems to spare, and if their constellations proves to be really very good, then you might want to consider to get some constellation. But otherwise, you can always save up your primo gems to get new characters to experience new gameplays. Okay, where is my Beetle? I don't have Candace race at the moment, but probably over this weekend I should be able to fully raise her. Then we will be able to find out more. So do stay tuned to see what happens. Oh, my guy is not actually equipped with the Favonius. Never mind, I just play. I definitely would like him to be equipped with Favonius, but you know, usually when you are in this screen already, you cannot do any changes unless you go out again, which is kind of troublesome. Wow, how dare you? Where's the eye? Reading game is pretty weird though. It's not allowing me to switch characters properly. Bro, just die, man. Oh my god, this guy is shifting away. Oh, chain lightning doesn't work that well when there is one character only, for sure.
天道ここにあり疑似用か強行先生こっちで
Oh no, my reflex. I realize every time when I start to play Ito, right? Then I will be busily casting E before doing anything else. But Ito is a character that you shouldn't be using E before your Q, due to how much of the bull damage it's going to do. Oh fuck.
天道万象
Wait, I'm running out of time already.
神軍発くのごとしそりゃ鬼の狂気だ
Okay, let's get rid of this guy first.
どりゃ 天道
Ah!
ここにあり酒血人俺様に任せろあら
Oh shit, I missed the timing by a bit, man. Yeah, that's fair. Don't break your bank account for Constellation unless it's C6 year lah. Ah, god damn it. Yeah, but Constellations in this game, I think they are. I mean, of course, when you look at my account, you know that I'm a whale. But let's be real about this. Is that if you are free to play or you are low spender that buys Welkin, then you have finally saved up Primo Gems. It is best to still spend your Primo Gems to get more new characters, to expand your arsenal, to expand your options, rather than putting all your eggs in one basket. There are only that handful of characters that is pretty debatable. Do you really want to get their constellations? This kind of thing is pretty debatable. Like one good example is we talk about Hu Tao C1. Hu Tao C1 actually removes the stamina during her charge attack. Some players will tell you that I am still able to play her without C1. Yes, that she's definitely playable, and when you have C1, she becomes really very comfortable to play because the stamina requirement is being removed. So is it a need? Is it a must to get? It's debatable. But if you were to use your Primo Gems on new characters, because when you pull for new characters, there are also 4-star characters you might get in the process. So getting the new characters, then you have more options to try to play around, mix and match. Because newer characters generally over time, they are more advantageous. Let's just put it this way. Like you see right now in the 3.0 zone, Elemental Mastery is getting a big focus right now. So a lot of characters, DPSs, support characters, all these, right, they all come with certain kind of ability to be able to lift up the whole team's Elemental Mastery capabilities. And you also will be able to see that the reactions or even scalings, right, might have Elemental Mastery conversions as well. Okay, that being said, I absolutely hate this round when I don't have shields. Oh no, I'm dying. Oh, I cannot, I need to stop already. God damn it, this fucking Mirror Maiden, right? She can read people's mind or something. You know, when you want to cast your skill, then she will start teleporting away. What do you mean by Nigasanai? Oh no. This is not looking good. I need to use my tank. I'm glad that I didn't try to use this as a showcase yesterday, man. I just went with the standard kind of build that I believe that will work.
判決からは逃れられないこの宮審判を下す
Oh, lucky me. Raiden C2. Raiden C2 has that ignore 60. Was it ignore 60% defense? So this kind of thing, right? Right. I mean the ignore 60%, right, is a huge thing. Everybody should know that there is a really huge increase in the DPS. But there will also be people telling you that I don't actually need her and I can still perform. But this kind of thing is debatable. Everybody's accounts, artifacts, what they have is different. Some people might need and some people might not. And also depends on how you view Raiden as. Do you actually want her to be just a battery, or do you want her to come with the sub DPS capabilities? This kind of thing is pretty debatable. But if you were to just ask me, do I really want to have constellations for my account? One moment. Cannot multitask. The what? No Favonius Warbow is very difficult to play, man.
名誉牽制神願難攻不落避け
I'm suffering. This is so slow.
天理チョーク疑似用神願
It definitely makes me feel like quitting the game and just change to the Favonius Warbow for Goro right now, immediately, man. Oh, how many times is he going to?
いや恐るるに足らず剣女盤石天道万象避け強行
Ah, I need to do this.
俺様に任せろほらどりゃ
That was tiring. If I'm being honest, I don't know why I have C3 Raiden, because Soilverse doesn't give content hard enough for it. Yeah, so let's go back to the part that I was just now saying that I cannot multitask because I was trying very hard to cycle the energy. So I wanted to talk about is constellations is there a need? Being very honest with you guys, constellations are only here to try to make things really much easier and a feel good factor. Let's be real, if your character does us like 500,000 damage in one slash, can you tell me that is not a feel good factor? It is, because you are hitting big numbers and it makes you feel good that, for example, you go in, you only spend 2 seconds and the boss drops dead. People who are salty or all this will tell you that, oh, this is brain dead. But this is your gear anyway. As long as you spend your money, you feel good, there's nothing wrong. It's not like you are using their credit card to top up anyway. But on a being realistic side is that when we talk about value for money, 3,200 Primo gems probably costs us about what, 60 over Sing dollars. I don't know how much USD is that, probably about 50 something USD. When you try to get constellations for a character, it can go up to maybe about 200 plus USD, 200 plus. Quoting from what Ig mentioned, that is the content that difficult enough for you to spend that much money? Probably not, because there are a lot of stuffs you can actually complete in the game with Constellation 0. Even 5-star Constellation 0 characters, when you have their talents nearly maxed out, spend most of your time trying to farm for a good artifact set on these characters, you will be able to clear, as of right now, the most difficult content, which is Spiral Beast 12. Unless they come up with a Legend of the Vagabond Sword, but that kind of event, they have never shown any signs of trying to revive that at the moment. I haven't heard anything about it. So, but that is also an event itself only. We talk about the permanent events in the game. Most of them don't really require or force you to pull additional copies of the limited banner characters. So when you pull it, it's more of like you felt that it's within your budget. You felt that this is a character you really like, or after pulling this, it's going to make you feel good. That is probably the reasons, and not because that, oh, I cannot clear this abyss, so I need a C3 Raiden. In most players' case, it shouldn't be like this, because it shouldn't be the way that I need to pull a C3 Raiden to clear the abyss. It should be, I want to pull a C3 Raiden because it's going to make clearing the abyss even much easier. If you cannot clear the abyss with current C0 characters, it can, you know, probably tells me that you are probably a player that is extremely casual, or you are a relatively new player who doesn't dedicate, not necessarily new player, you are a player who doesn't invest a lot of time in this game, because for this game you definitely need to invest a certain level amount of time to get good artifacts. Or probably scenario number 3, which is the most fucked up situation, which is your luck is simply bad, your artifacts is really bad, similar to mine. If I am not a spender today, I can tell you my artifact luck is probably in one of the most bottom tier in the whole player base. Until right now, I only farmed one Dendro Goblet from domains. Can you imagine how bad is this? So anyway, that is pretty much my take on constellations. You truly and seriously don't feel that you have to pull. It's always optional. Something like right now, this kind of gameplay that you guys see that I'm playing right now, I can tell you definitely for sure, I don't feel good playing. I don't feel good playing like such a comp. Then you will go back to maybe like for your own scenario. Does this comp or your current account's power level, is this something that you are comfortable with? That is probably the question you will be asking. Oh, I kind of lost my patience already. I just want you to die. Yeah. Show them the power of Anubis, baby. Hey, wait, I'm dying. Ah. Oh. Hyper bloom them. So this guy actually has this kind of skill. Trying to play Hyper Bloom on this, right, is so annoying because this guy, right, gets staggered so damn easily. I don't even know what's the point of me putting that mushroom field over there, man. It's so damn annoying. You are a boss, right? Your size is so big. Why are you getting staggered? What the fuck? I'm just chasing this guy all the way. Oh no, and I'm frozen. Oh, this is such a poor gameplay experience that I don't want to play again. I'm not going to do this combo again. And why are you flying?
無意味な抵抗。
あれ狂いなさい。
Oh yo, what kind of what a lousy experience. Let's get this done and over with.
難攻不落創世の血人よって天理チョーク
Yeah, and one thing, since we are on this, right, at the end of the day, you can take what I'm right now, what am I complaining on the screen, right, as a really relevant example, which is quoted for truth, right. When you want to pick up a game, when you want to play a game, most importantly is you are enjoying it, because everybody has their own shares of work and stress already. That is why we are playing game, to make ourselves feel relaxed, feel good, feel better. So you do what is the best decision for your account to make yourself feel better whenever you log into the game. That is my sincere advice and words for everyone. Like, this might sound a bit contrary to what I said about pulling for constellations, because for me, I belong to the kind of players that I like to see big numbers. I like to destroy enemies in one shot. So the thing is, when I ask, when I able to afford it, the answer is actually a yes. So I actually spend money into the game. Then I pull for characters that I think that can deal a lot of damage. Then that is how I play my game. But for other players, they might see very differently. Like one of the players you guys see before, one of the chat viewers, Diablo, he likes doing 2-2 challenges. For me, I absolutely don't enjoy doing this kind of thing. It's a different of how you want to have fun in this game, you see. Okay, let me see. Definitely it's good to seeing big numbers. Finally, the top up got reset, but I have no plans to spend on this game anymore. Okay, nice. The only 5-star C0 is Hu Tao. While not bad, I wouldn't have her as a top DPS without C1. Of course, that is my personal opinion. C2 Raiden OP DPS. C2 Zhongli best support in co-op. I agree. If I didn't spend boy, I would be still farming Emblem Domain. Actually, the boss ones are Baptismal Bishop. These are adult ones. That's why maybe they stagger so much. Alright, good night guys. Sayonara. Thanks for dropping by, Ice Bear. Appreciate it, man. So that you guys saw that shit, right? Which is how should I put it to you? Or sometimes on paper, characters might have very solid DPS, but a lot of things, right, involves around the actual combat experience and mechanism. Doesn't necessarily always means that if these characters have very huge multipliers, or by right supposed to on paper theoretical DPS is supposed to be fantastic, means this character is going to be OP AF, Or why am I right now on Miko's screen, right? Is because, right, I believe that you guys have already seen for this current rotation my favorite comp, which is actually the Yang Miko and the Dendro comp. Why I actually put it this way is because this kind of comp, for my personal taste, right, has a lot of it's a wide range kind of comp, which you can strike the enemies pretty easily. And really very honest about it, Miko right now is actually getting a lot of benefits for all these reactions. Serious. If you guys have Miko right now, should really go and try CC, have a look to see if your Yamiko experience did improve or not.
難攻不落。
直律令直
And with this, right, I can tell you one thing is that it really got me pretty keen to actually pull Nicole's constellations. I mean, she's already C3,
律令直
but I'm actually for once, right, I am really very tempted to get her constellation 6,
律令
because due to how these reactions actually goes.
一応目を追えば
Then you can see that it's actually really very fast and low effort. For me, you know, this is not teaching you life lessons all this, but for me, if I today after a whole days of work, all this come back, I want to feel good in a game. Because this is not PvP game, you see. So my feel good is I come into the abyss, I destroy the mobs. Then that's how I feel good.
いいという工作せ疑っちゃいないぞ
Oh wait, my Yelan is not using her Aqua Simulacra, but
すなわち永遠なり
not that it matters. If not later, it will start saying about the character being too OP.
かかれ終わりね逃げ道はありませんひゅっ
知らなく惜しむ。
無我の境地
Yes, I will. That Yelan needs to be drug tested. God damn it! I knew you were always looking at the C6 Yelan. So are you convinced that you are really going to pull for her already? Because I'll be very honest with you, right? The other comp that I'm actually looking at, right? I mean, of course, I'm not talking about free to play right now. I'm talking about mid to high spender comps right now. Just imagine the next comp that I think is really viable. Will comp, I need to be very upfront with everyone of you, which is Nahida, some Dendro character over here, Zhongli, then of course Constellation 6 Yamiko, Nahida to be at C2. So I really feel and really think
律令
it's going to be broken.
試練満員だよ
剣女万
Where's the woman? Yeah, why are you always running around? Stop it.
振動の権限直律令呪言
Oh my god, they are all over the place,
音
man.
が聞こえる一応目を追えばやっ
What's wrong with her, man? She's all over the place, man.
揺らぐことなし天道万象。
You can actually see that even with so much distractions all over, although I'm mumbling under my breath, this comp without any more character is actually still performing really very well. It sounds like I feel like I'm a salesman right now trying to hard selling something though. But don't get me wrong, I'm just sharing in terms of actual gaming experience with you all. But of course, these guys have constellations. Hey, thanks for dropping by, Kabi Shama. Have a good day, man. Hey, yo, Kalito. That character on screen, I have C6 because of emotional connection. Do you actually have a C6 Miko? I don't know which character you're talking about. Oh, Yamiko, you have a Constellation 6 Yamiko. Ho. Are you enjoying Sino so far? Actually, I'll be honest, right? the experience is actually pretty good. But
律令チョック
still hoping for the Dendro Archon to come out first, so that I can embrace the intended gameplay by the
根こ
designers.
そぎにしてあげる
難攻不落
律令一応目を覆う来光意と美しきかな呪言
Oh,
天道ここにあり
具現化せよチョック見えないだろよっよっ
頼むよこれあと
hey, that's cheating, you know.
全満員だよ
剣女番
呪言チョック一応目を覆えば
Not too bad, right? This com is really my favorite com right now. Because very really earlier days, right? I like playing because I like visual a lot during the early days.
捕まえた
Then after that, when Miko came out, right? Because we know that how much time she actually takes to deploy the totem. So that was actually a slight concern on my end as well. So if you need to take up time to actually deploy the totem, then in exchange you must be able to deliver good results. So right now what I'm seeing is actually this so-called good results, which I'm really very satisfied with the current performance for Miko. And did I just unlock some achievement? Which is this Dendro reactions thing, right? They actually gives elemental mastery as well. Then for Miko, we know one of her ascension is related to more elemental mastery, then those totems will actually hit harder. So to me, it's a win-win situation. So for quite a period of time, I was actually running this Tinari, Kole, Zhongli, and Miko literally everywhere. Until recently, oh no, not recently, yesterday, I changed over to this Sino because, you know, friendship level matters. So I will need to start raising their friendship and also to familiarize myself with Sino's gameplay. Then of course, over this weekend, like earlier I have mentioned to some of you, I'll be actually working on Ken Days to actually explore on her support and DPS capabilities. Yeah, I don't have anything on her yet. I have constellations, but let's keep it a secret how much constellations I have first. Okay, it's actually not really that a big deal anyway. So when I was looking at this, right, this it actually tells you that when you are affected by her elemental burst, it says that it will deal 0.5% increased damage to opponents for every 1000 hit points of Candace's max hit point when they deal elemental damage with their normal attacks. Looking to be pretty promising. And this actually costs 60. Not too bad as well, not too bad. So she does have pretty solid potential. I kind of like it. And I think she might turn out to be a pretty good 4-star as well. But of course, this kind of thing have to do the actual testing, to do the actual gameplay, then we will know. It's a small touch, but I like how each new 5-star burst animation gets better and better. I can't wait to see your all Archon Abyss run when Nahida is released. I need to make a decision to whether how many constellations will I be getting on Nahida when she's released. But I think by now some of you, of course this is still not official data, but I believe that some of you might have heard that a certain particular constellation of Nahida allows the Dendro related reactions to have a fixed amount of crit rate and crit damage. That means these transformative reactions can actually crit. I have no idea how is that going to exactly work, but transformative reactions being able to crit, and usually some of the reactions actually have very high frequency as well. You just look at burning. Burning has a very high frequency of triggering, like it's burn 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 burn. Then I am thinking that although the percentage might seem to be low, but this is actually insane because due to how all these characters triggering the reaction are usually EM based. We might be able to see some really very juicy reactions moving on into the future, and that's why I'm actually thinking of putting on more constellations on Nahida. That is my early take. Until when the official thing comes out, then probably we shall see. But I don't know how you guys are actually think about this, but transformative reactions, we have never actually seen them crit because they can't crit anyway. But the new transformative reactions related to Dendro can crit is really something really very interesting. Oh, thanks for dono, man, once again. I appreciate it, man. Gonna sleep now. See you next stream. 再见. You're speaking Mandarin again. Awesome. Okay, thanks for your $3.49 dono. I appreciate it, buddy. I'll see you next week as well. So actually, I'm very excited to try out a lot of burning because I have already published a Budgeon reaction comp which is related to Thoma. Hyper Bloom comps, I've already also done it. But right now, I have not done any excuse me, burning comp because at the moment burning comp still feels slightly lacking to me, so I wasn't able to make out a very nice burning comp video so far because I have actually tried to stack up some of the burning comps to I think about close to 900 to 1000 EM, but it wasn't working out as what I was hoping for. So I'm hoping that Nahida will actually change this and allow me to create burning comps. Because in the past, if you guys are veteran players in the game, there was a particular patch where you actually can burn yourself to death. Then they fixed the world level issue. So the impression of burning is actually pretty insane. But right now is not being widely discussed. So I'm hoping to do more of these comps because originally when I established this channel, I like to try different comps, but nowadays it's getting more and more difficult to do out many different kinds of comps. So hoping that Nahida will be able to change this so that I can try out different more comps and upload more videos so that you guys will enjoy watching and probably try it out as well. Okay, so moving on. Let's do a last one for the day, shall we? Earlier on, the first few runs I did related to Sino was actually one of them was Aggravate Sino. Then after that, I tried Electro Charge Sino. Hyper Bloom, it didn't work out very well for me. The other one is, can we actually play him a bit similar to Raiden? Although we know that early on I've already explained that his burst is actually extended duration. Probably cannot keep up with Kazuha's burst as well. And also one main issue is that Bennett Circle is actually the enemy might also drop out of Bennett's Circle as well. But it's definitely something that I would like to try, like right now. Do you actually think that such a comp will work? Let me know in the comments. Oh, why? Which one should I be using? What I'm actually scared is that he will fly away because you know he keeps getting staggered, which is kind of concerning. Where is Albedo? I cannot see Albedo. Oh, he's here. Okay, let's change it up. Yeah, I already used Hu Tao already. Oh, but she doesn't have Skyward Spine equipped on her. Do you think it will work? I haven't tried this yet. Let's see.
影のカラス
もみちばを散らまく惜しみみんながそばにいてこの身で万象を粛清するさはさ罪を償
Hey,
う
I
がいい
missed the eye. Shit.
断罪の時
姿を見せ
風よそこだ降伏しろ
黒き翼よ
雲が仮に
The other guy died. Oh.
勝利をしてやるお前の罪を償うがいいか審判を下すたはマイフ燃えろ
断罪の名に
無意味な抵抗風よもみちらみんながそばにいてく
Wait, what the fuck? Fuck you.
様の仰せのままに
Who designed these guys to be able to fly?
天道万象
お客さん雨描きがたし股間奥義
霊に答えよ花火に
Guys, stop running.
難攻不落
この件はわかるかい大ウルカ
一個さけ火の用心よっしゃタッチおっと
When this guy always have the tendency to jump backwards. So position and this position will make stuff easier for you.
雨描きがたしこの件はわかるかい歌よに
霊に答えよ
Ah,
花
shit.
火に行くで
Oh, this is not looking good.
天道万象
Stay a while and listen.
股間奥義
肉力同時火の用心
揺らぐことなし
この件はわかるかい
Oh, that was close. Oh, I almost failed.
姿を見せよ
風の赴くままにくれ 険だ冒険どこにいるのか風を知れやいざ
Ouch.
雲が仮なみんなは俺がこの身で
This one was the one that I was actually talking about the getting out of a circle issue. Because this kind of characters.
罪を償うがいい
Hey wait, the E didn't work.
犯罪の名において
This is looking not good.
全力攻撃だ
黒き翼よ注意
風の向か雲の行くごと逃げ場はないぞ判決からは逃れられないちょ逃がす
Oh, okay, okay. It is still working.
剣女盤石
やるよ
この剣は
天理チョーク
一個先やっおっとうやっいや
難攻不落
Hey wait, this guy has a borrow skill.
雨描きがだし
やるよ
天道ここにある
歌よ錦と
ねえ答えよ花火見いひおっとはあ
Okay, this one. This will determine how things will go.
姿を見
Because
せ
this has always been the most annoying part of the
無意味な抵抗ほらやみんなは俺が守る雲が仮お嬢様の仰せの逃げ場はないぞ
one
この
trap.
上万象を粛清する
Okay, two guys down, not too bad. Stop getting staggered, boy. What the fuck are you made of paper?
夜の権限
またか
答えなさい
風の行く先を
Ah,
風の歌雲の全力攻撃勝利をしてやるお前の罪を断罪
oh
の
no! I'm outside the circle.
審判を下す風よ
Holy shit! Was I frozen in the sky?
お嬢様の仰せのままに
Ah!
みんなは俺が守れやるじゃないかよっさ燃えろ
Holy shit! I jumped and I thought I was frozen in the sky, man.
剣女盤石
この剣はわかるかい
やっ陸力とせやっやっはあおっとあっちふっへっへ
天理チョークいざ
チャックふっはっやっいいの
Okay,
よ
forget about it. I have no time to wait for that, man.
やっおっとはあやっはやっせやっさあやっ
この剣はわかるかい左右
一個先
Oh no, I cannot pass. Ah, that was so close.
暗算発球
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I hope you will be able to fall asleep after this, man. Thank you so much for the donation. Thank you for your $7. I appreciate it, man. Okay, I think I might be able to publish a video later on, or probably later. I don't know when. Probably less. Oh, but wait, this is actually using the Jade Wing Spear. I'm not too sure if I will be able to pull it off with a Refinement 5 deathmatch, because that doesn't make sense that if I go C0 Sino, then after that I go and smoke through clickbait with a Refinement 5 Jade Wing Spear though. Most players might not have a Refinement 5 weapon for 5-star. Let me try to work it out. I will see if I am able to do a complete video on deathmatch with using deathmatch instead. Then of course in the probably tomorrow I should be able to get the weapon, his signature weapon, Staff of the Scarlet Sands, to I can't even ascend right now because I don't have the material, unfortunately. I will want to showcase is him with the signature weapon, which I think is pretty powerful. So do stay tuned, and also do stay tuned to my Candice video. I would like to see if I'm able to do a DPS video using her, because I do think that she has a very solid DPS potential, but we shall see. So anyway, once again, thank you so much, Ik, for your awesome donations, and I hope you'll be able to get a good sleep soon. And shout out to all my channel members. Thank you guys so much for the consistent support you have given to me, as also most importantly to all the viewers for your continued support, and also your likes, your comments and views. So I hope you enjoy this week's live stream, and most importantly, may all your pulls go really very well. That is the most important thing. I hope you guys will share your pull results as well. So once again, if your day is starting out, I wish you guys a beautiful day ahead. And if your night is coming to an end, have a good night's sleep. I'll see you guys next week, same time, same day. Thank you so much. This is IonStorm signing out.